Y and R spoilers for Wednesday, October 16, 2024. Secrets unravel in Genoa City. This Wednesday on The Young and the Restless, tension mounts as secrets begin to unravel, leading to shocking confrontations and unexpected alliances. Key storylines. Sharon's confrontation. Sharon faces the consequences of her actions as Chance uncovers the truth about the night of Heather's attack. Will she come clean, or will she try to cover her tracks? Daniel's dilemma. Daniel finds himself in a moral quandary as he struggles to protect Sharon while dealing with his own demons. His decisions could have lasting repercussions for everyone involved. Victor's master plan. Victor is up to something big as he maneuvers behind the scenes. His latest scheme may threaten to disrupt the balance of power in Genoa City. Character dynamics. Lucy's emotional turmoil. Lucy grapples with her loyalty to her father and the fear of losing him. Her emotions are put to the test as she navigates the chaos surrounding her family. Nikki's support. Nikki steps in to offer support to Sharon, but her intentions may not be as pure as they seem. Will she help Sharon or have her own agenda? Expect the unexpected. As secrets come to light and tensions rise, fans can expect thrilling twists and emotional moments that will keep them on the edge of their seats. Don't miss the latest drama on The Young and the Restless. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Pulse Canvas. It's me, Jolie, here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching, so let's dive into today's video. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Tuesday, October 15, 2024. The drama in Genoa City heats up with unexpected twists on the October 15 episode of The Young and the Restless. Secrets will unravel, alliances will shift, and some characters may face life-changing choices. Here's what to expect in Tuesday's thrilling installment. Chance fights to protect Sharon. Chance Chancellor uncovers crucial evidence that puts Sharon in a dangerous position. With Victor and the Newman family closing in, Chance must decide where his loyalty lies. Will Chance stand by Sharon or expose the truth about what she's hiding? His decision could have serious consequences for everyone involved. Audra and Jack team up. Jack Abbott is desperate to outmaneuver Victor's manipulations, and Audra Charles offers a risky plan to pull Kyle out of the Newman trap. Kyle Abbott's allegiance tested. Will Kyle side with his father or stay loyal to Victor, risking further betrayal? The pressure is mounting, and Kyle must choose carefully before it's too late. Tension rises between Lucy and Sharon. Lucy Romolotti makes a shocking discovery when she finds disturbing content on Sharon's phone. This fuels tension as Sharon warns her to stay away from Faith and cuts off their friendship. Daniel Romolotti must mediate between Lucy and Sharon, hoping to calm the storm before things spiral out of control. Phyllis and Heather face off. Phyllis Summers confronts Heather in a tense encounter that reignites old rivalries. With Heather's life now at risk, could Daisy Carter's presence in town spell even more trouble for those around her? What's next in Genoa City? Victor's game reaches a critical point. The Newman patriarch won't back down, but how much damage will his schemes cause in the end? Chance's tough decisions. As new threats emerge, Chance must risk everything to protect the ones he loves. A shocking twist. Keep an eye on Kyle, Jack, and Audra's plan. Success isn't guaranteed, and failure could come at a high cost. Get ready for an episode filled with emotional confrontations and intense decisions. Tuesday's episode of The Young and the Restless promises high-stakes drama that will keep fans glued to their screens. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Mariah Copeland and Tessa Porter are searching for a new nanny after Petra decided to leave her job. Petra had been great with Area Porter Copeland, and these ladies have a big job when it comes to finding a new nanny. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Mariah Copeland and Tessa Porter wanted Claire Newman as their nanny. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Maria and Tessa immediately called Claire Newman and offered her the job. Claire was flattered but told them she had to think about it. Claire also has a job offer to work with her grandmother, but she isn't sure when that job will be available. Claire may agree to temporarily take the job until they can find a permanent nanny for Aria. If this is the case, Maria and Tessa may rely on Sharon now that she seems to be on the mend. Of course, Sharon will insist that she is glad to have the extra grandma time. Is Sharon truly up to watching Aria when Cameron Kirsten is still hanging out in her head? I&R spoilers. Sharon Newman has major mental health issues. Sharon may want everyone to believe she has turned a corner, but unfortunately, that is not the case. If Sharon were better, she would be rid of Cameron by now. Having Cameron in her head while she is babysitting is not a good idea. Cameron kidnapped Faith Newman and almost killed her. What could he do to a young child? Sharon's cover-up of Heather Stevens' dead is falling apart. What could happen to Aria if it does while Sharon is babysitting? Sharon could go on the run with Aria in the vehicle and wreck, killing herself or the baby. Sharon could panic and forget Aria is with her and leave her somewhere. Sharon could listen to Cameron and abandon the baby somewhere. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Sharon Newman needs help. Sharon needs help, and the sooner the better. What if Sharon digresses to the point that she believes Aria is Cassie Newman, Mariah Copland as a young child? Sharon may decide to go after anyone who comes for the baby. Aria could get hurt very badly with Sharon in this mental state. What will Sharon do if she is cornered with her? Sharon desperately needs help, and she needs it before he gets that chance to take off with the baby. Will someone figure out that Sharon is not in her right mind? Will Chance be the only one who even notices that? Will Aria make it home safely? The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Michelle Stafford recently had a behind-the-scenes bash to celebrate a huge milestone. It's been 30 years since Stafford made her debut in the role of Phyllis Summers, so a party was held in her honor, complete with cupcakes sporting her photo. Plenty of familiar faces were there to support Stafford's incredible work over the years. Many of Stafford's co-stars took part in the fun, including one who hasn't been seen on screen in a while. Sean Kerrigan was spotted back at the studio for this event and posed for pics with Stafford during the celebration. Stafford addressed Kerrigan's attendance in an interview with Sode, so let's look at what she had to say. "He was so sweet to come. He's a homie," Stafford insisted. Of course, it's entirely possible that Sean Kerrigan just came because he's friends with Stafford and wanted to show her some love on her big day. However, we should also consider the possibility that Kerrigan has been filming again. If Stitch's return is in the works, that's obviously not something Stafford would be able to spill. In that case, it'd be smart for Stafford to say exactly what she said, that Kerrigan was sweet to come and play up their friendship. Stafford could be telling the truth without revealing the whole story if Sean Kerrigan's back on the show. After all, Stitch's storyline was left dangling back in 2021. That's when Stitch kidnapped Maria Copeland, who was pregnant with Dominic Newman Abbott Winter's chancellor, as part of the surrogacy arc. Stitch ultimately got busted, but he managed to make a break for it and stole Max Rayburn from his facility. Stitch remains on the run to this day, which brings the potential for him to re-enter the picture sooner or later. Max was previously in bad shape, so what if Stitch's son passed away off-screen, especially without the proper care of the medical team he was used to? Stitch might kidnap Dominic as a replacement child, or maybe he could just decide to turn himself in if he feels he has nothing left to live for. Either way, it'd be nice if Stitch could come back and give his storyline some closure. We'll be sure to pass along updates if any comings and goings news confirms Stitch's return. Our My&R predictions hint that Abby Newman Abbott and Divin Hamilton Winters have some surprises in their future, so maybe Stitch will put their happy family in jeopardy. The Young and the Restless spoilers say some cast shockers and shakeups are still to come, so don't miss what's brewing in Genoa City. CDL will have all the hottest Young and the Restless spoilers, predictions, news, and updates you need, so make us your one-stop Y and R source. Young and the Restless spoilers indicate that Sharon Newman's storyline has turned into a disastrous mess. Fans could feel as if danger was on the horizon for Daniel Romalotti. However, sadly, a confrontation between Sharon and Heather Stevens resulted in Heather's demise, and Sharon is currently scrambling to keep all eyes off her. Still, what does this mean for a Schick reunion? The Young and the Restless spoilers. Team Schick wants to see Nick and Sharon together. Y and R spoilers note that Schick fans are always rooting for Nick Newman and Sharon to reunite. The high school sweethearts always seem to find their way back to each other, but Sharon has dug way too deep of a hole to allow that to happen. It's clear that Sharon is still in love with Nick. Her lack of bipolar meds is revealing the big emotions she has for her ex. However, this is also skewing her judgment. Sadly, the end of this storyline looks like it may only widen the gap of any possible romance between Schick for the time being. Y and R spoilers. The fallout will be ugly. Y and R spoilers hint that the truth around Heather's death will come out. As Sharon blacked out during Heather's demise, there's a good chance she did not murder her, but that doesn't mean she'll get off scot-free. After all, she believed she did kill Heather after she found her lying lifeless in a pool of blood. Sharon not only cleaned up the crime scene, but she also dumped poor Heather off a bridge and into river. On top of all that, she took her phone, unlocked it using Heather's corpse as a Face ID, and played manipulative mind games with both Daniel and Heather's father, Paul Williams. She even pretended to be a stranger who had Heather's phone and wanted to return it. Nick loves Sharon, but her actions could repulse him. Once he finds out what she did, as he will eventually find out, it'll be difficult for him to excuse her behavior, especially since she purposely didn't take her bipolar medication or seek help. He, Faith Newman, and Maria Copeland worked so hard to try and stop her from hurting herself or someone else. The very act of Sharon not seeking treatment or taking her meds was selfish on many different levels. Even if Sharon doesn't face prison for her actions, she'll have a stint at a mental health facility and will likely get committed. She'll need a lot of time to heal and get better, and while Nick may be by her side, it'll only be as a friend. As disappointing as the thought is, any Schick fans hoping for a long-awaited reunion between these two will have to wait far much longer for anything of this sort to happen. Would you like to see Nick and Sharon reunite? Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Tune into the Y and R on CBS regularly to catch all the drama, and visit this site daily for the hottest Young and the Restless spoilers, updates, and news. All products and services featured are independently chosen by editors. However, Soaps.com may receive a commission on orders placed through its retail links, and the retailer may receive certain auditable data for accounting purposes. Nate walks into the jazz lounge, kisses Audra, and tells her he missed her. She notes he never told her what his trip was all about. Nate learns that she's going to have a lot of free time because Victor fired me. Talk turns to Victor cutting Lily out of some deal, and Nate asks if Kyle played a part in Audra's firing. She says, of course he did. She didn't want to dump this on him, but Nate says that's what he's there for. Audra enjoys being with him, she respects him and finds him incredibly attractive. But if she brought him this bad news and he tried to fix things, then what they have would most definitely be over. In the club dining room, Nikki tells Victor she doesn't have much of an appetite. I need to tell you something, and you're not going to like it. She tells him Lily came to her after he stonewalled her, and she told her the truth. She has too much respect for her to lie to her face. Victor isn't surprised or alarmed. At Society, Lily joins Devin, who gathers she spoke to Victor. Lily says he shot her down, so she went to Nikki, who admitted everything. Devin promises not to say, "I told you so." She feels like she wants to rip someone's head off. She bemoans the work and effort she put into Chancellor to turn it around. At least, Billy had the decency to look her in the eye and tell her she was out. She feels she's been naive. She should have got something in writing, but she trusted Victor because he kept bringing up their dad. Devin learns Nikki had the audacity to offer her a job, but she walked out. Devin can't believe Victor tried to use him to pull this off. It's something he'll have to answer for. "I'm sorry, I can see how much it's hurting you." Lily and Devin discuss Billy and Victor. She feels neither of them deserve Chancellor. Devin asks her to come back to Winters so they can take their family company to new heights. At Crimson Lights, Jack and Diane are both on the phone trying to get the release date moved up for the stolen product. Jack tells someone that the legal team is trying to come up with a cease and desist order for Glissade. They hang up, and Diane complains that they're lying to protect Kyle. Jack says, "He's our son." Diane asks, "Is this really where we are now, Jack?" She notes he pulled back when she touched his hand. Jack rants about the employees at Jebot putting the pieces together and realizing their son is responsible. Diane decides she won't stay and let him blame her for anything else. She steps onto the patio and calls someone to meet. In the park, Sally runs into Billy. They're both working remotely. Suddenly, Chelsea and Adam appear, laughing together. They stop in their tracks when they spot their exes. Chelsea explains that they just came from a family session with Connor, and it went well. That's why they're in such a good mood. They go on about the buttons on their son's shirt, and Sally and Billy remain silent. Chelsea asks what they're doing out there. Sally says they ran into each other. She was looking at the fall palette for inspiration. Chelsea compliments her preliminary designs. Adam and Chelsea say they should get going and walk off. At the club, Michael asks Diane why she sounded so upset on the phone. Diane wanted to thank him for being so kind the other night and assures him she and Jack are fine. They're just dealing with a stressful situation at Jebot. Michael senses this is spin. Diane spots Victor and Nikki and asks Michael if he can blame her, considering who he works for. At Victor's table, Nikki complains to him about not telling her Victoria made Billy an offer for Chancellor and telling her he knew she'd talked to Lily. Victor learns Nikki offered Lily a job, and the look on her face was a hard no. Nikki guesses he knows exactly how this is going to play out, and she wants to know what's next. Victor knows what Lily will do next, and declares it will mean the beginning of the end of Billy's time at Chancellor. Michael and Diane take a table, and he tells her he doesn't blame her for not wanting to show weakness around Victor, but she and Jack haven't been discreet. Diane complains even when they manage to be normal, every mention of Kyle ruins it. She's tired of being cast as the villain. Michael learns Kyle stole their latest innovation for Glissade. Michael's taken aback. Diane thinks Jack blames her for firing him and regrets marrying her. She announces he's running to the ladies' room and trots off. Victor approaches Michael. At Society, Lily appreciates Devin's faith in her, but she won't walk away from Chancellor without a fight. Devin warns her not to get in the middle of the war between Victor and Billy. Lily says it's not just their war, she will not be shoved aside. Devin urges her to take a step back, but Lily plans to use the fact that they underestimated her to her advantage. She asks if he's worried this will affect his relationship with Victor. Devin jokes about rearranging the seating at the wedding, but assures her he's not concerned. Lily tells Devin when she hits back, they won't see it coming. In the jazz lounge, Nate tells Audra she doesn't need fixing. Audra just wants to work this out on her own. Glissade was her opportunity to prove she could stand on her own, and to lose it is hard to accept. Nate gets it. She wanted to build up the company. Audra says taking Glissade was the only thing that made her feel her time with Tucker wasn't a complete waste. In the park, Lily gets on a video call with Jill. She's sorry to bother her and knows she's doing treatments, but she looks great. Jill says she's doing much better. She asks Lily to tell her all about Abbott Chancellor. Cringing, she says she still can't get used to that name. Lily says it's not good. Jill asks, what has Billy done now? Lily says he's going to crash and burn, and when he does, he'll take Chancellor down with him. Jill's unsurprised to hear that Billy fired Lily. She spoke to Chance and knew things were going downhill. She's not happy. The only reason she gave him her power was because she was in no shape to face the day-to-day battles. Lily explains how much she loves Chancellor. She lets Jill know that Billy not only fired her and let Chance leave, but he hired Phyllis. Jill's eyes pop out. Lily says Billy doesn't even care that Victor's gunning for the company. Lily's sorry to come to Jill with all of this, but she tells her not to be. She's showing leadership. She wishes she'd come to her with this sooner. She apologizes on behalf of her son and her family and promises she'll make it up to her. Lily thinks the company needs to be her top priority. Jill can't believe she's coddled Billy to the point where it's about to cost her the company. Chelsea and Adam walk into Crimson Lights, and Adam spots Jack on the phone, seeming stressed out. He approaches and asks if everything is okay. Jack tells him there's nothing he can do to help. He noticed Adam was with Chelsea and assumes he's the reason she and Billy are taking a break. Adam says they're not proud of hurting Billy and Sally. They got closer because of Connor. Jack tells him it's admirable how they handled his diagnosis and treatment. He wishes he could help his own son, who is determined to blow his life up. Talk turns to Victor. Adam knows they hate each other's guts, but they both love their sons. Jack wishes he was better at being a father. Adam says it's hard, but it's worth it. Jack assures him Connor will be oak. Adam asks what about Kyle. Jack thinks he and Diane may have already lost him. In Audra's suite, Nate asks her to look in the mirror. There's nothing there that needs to be fixed. Nothing in her life has been a waste. He knows enough about her to say, "You've got this." She's faced other tough times and had to scratch and claw her way to get where men with half her talent were. She's tried to hide from him and keep her guard up, but he's seen the real Audra. He knows she says she's not ready for commitment, but he couldn't have seen the real her if she didn't let him. You took a big risk when you did that. Losing Glissade hurts, but she will come back from that. That's what you do. Audra tears up. She turns to him and they kiss. In the park, Sally tells Billy she won't be hiding from Chelsea and Adam. Billy talks about it being the second time Chelsea cheated on him with Adam. He should have seen it coming. They remark on the pair finishing each other's sentences. Maybe they're meant to be together. Billy thinks Chelsea deserves better than Adam. Sally scoffs, "I'm not sure that's true." She apologizes and then says maybe it is about them coming together for Connor. Billy thinks this feels different. Sally sees something unbreakable with Adam and Chelsea. She's never going back. Billy can't be with Chelsea again, but at having trouble letting go. Sally assures him he'll get there. Billy and Sally finish up with their work and talk about how change can be good. Billy reveals he got a new place. He asks if she'd do some interior design for him. Talk turns to Jill trusting him to run the company. Billy's more confident doing that than choosing fabrics. Sally asks, "It's a blank slate?" Billy replies, "A completely fresh start." Sally shrugs, "Sure, it could be fun." In the club dining room, Diane tells Victor she and Michael were having a private conversation. She and Victor spar verbally. He says she didn't come back from the dead for family, but for money and power. She argues that Jack and Kyle love her. Victor says her happiness is only a facade. He's beginning to see the cracks in the end of her marriage. She will lose everything. At Crimson Lights, Adam shakes Jack's hand before the Abbott exits. Chelsea rejoins Adam and asks if Jack's all right. Adam says he will be, and so will we. In the park, Jill tells Lily that her treatments are going well. She'll be damned if she went through all of that for her son to stress her to the point that it kills her. Lily tells her she will handle this, but Jill says her son is out of control, and she's the only one who can put him in his place. At the club, Diane thanks Michael for being her friend and urges him to find something less soul-sucking than working for Victor. Victor remembers when Diane was desperate for his support. She says that was a really long time ago and flounces off. Victor tells Michael that witnessing the dissolution of the marriage of Jack Abbott and Diane Jenkins make him happy. Their world will fall apart and they'll be humiliated, so my plan is working out. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Friday, October tease that Nate Hastings could find himself smack dab in the middle of a long-lost relative situation. He recently went home after getting a text from Amy Lewis regarding a serious family matter. He's been dealing with this off-screen, and upon his return to GC, he will spill the tea on what's been going on in his life. We know that Amy and Nate's father, Nathan Hastings Sr., had a fling once upon a time, and it looks like Nate may discover that he has a secret sibling. The Young and the Restless spoilers, Nate's shock. Elsewhere, Claire Newman finds out that her meddling in Kyle Abbott and Jack Abbott's relationship isn't going to plan. Who else thinks that the show has no idea what to do with Claire? One day she's wearing play jackets and fielding nanny requests. The next day it's little orphan Annie Ruffles and being wooed by Newman Enterprises. Personally, we much prefer Terror Claire. I&R spoilers. Claire is at a crossroads. Using her powers of deduction, Claire could deduce that Kyle snitched to Victor Newman about the formula, selling out Jack once again. I&R spoilers tease that Jack schools Claire about the legendary Abbott-Newman wars. Again, fish or cut bait with Claire, Y&R. We predict that in the near future Claire will see something she doesn't like in Kyle, whine to her parents, stew and brew, and then field offers to be CEO somewhere. It's a mess. Meanwhile, Whaley Victor catches ruthless rookie Lily Winters at a disadvantage. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Lily is not so tough. Lily isn't happy with a curve thrown at her by Victor. Will she realize she should have listened to everyone who told her not to get in the mud with the mustache? Lily thinks that she will be installed as CEO at Chancellor, but Victor told Nikki Newman that the job is hers. Tell us Y&R fans, what do you think the show should do with the characters of Lily and Claire, who are spinning their wheels over and over in GC? Be sure to catch up on everything happening with Y&R right now. Come back here often for the Young and the Restless spoilers, news, and updates, and make us your favorite hotspot. The Young and the Restless star whose character kicked the bucket on the CBS soap is hitting our screen. While Jeremy Stark won't rise from the dead to stir the pot in Genoa City, we've got the next best thing. James Hyde, who portrayed Jeremy, is trading his bad boy persona for something more wicked in a new Lifetime thriller. Read further to check all the deets. The secret return of our favorite baddie. The Young and the Restless star is starring in My Professor's Deadly Secret, slated to air on October 17 at 8:00 p.m. James joins the heavy cast, playing John Swanson. Other actors featuring include Madison Bullock, Nicole Marie Johnson, Caden Tokarski, Ryan Francis, and Nancy Harding. The storyline of the suspense-packed thriller revolves around Helen, a grieving mother, and her daughter Lauren. The duo don't exactly have the best relationship, but things change after the tragic passing of Helen's sister. Moreover, the mother and daughter team up to dig deep about the mysterious death. As any thriller should be, the plot takes a wild turn with the entry of Christy, Lauren's maths tutor. She steps in to help solve the puzzle, and together, they uncover a shocking family betrayal that'll leave you gasping. Drama, suspense, and family secrets? Yes, please. Additionally, Caden Tokarski shared the official poster on social media. Interestingly, it gained traction and even sparked intrigue. Why? It is because the poster features none other than James Hyde himself. He looks very enigmatic and someone who's harboring secrets. If the poster's vibe is anything to go by, this movie is going to be a nail-biting experience. And if you're a fan of Hyde's work, why not make it a double feature? Besides My Professor's deadly secret, you can catch Hyde in another thriller, The Man in the Guest House. The flick originally aired on Lifetime and stars Kristen Alderson, star from One Life to Live. Meanwhile, Hyde's Jeremy met a devastating end on Y, and R. Stark attempted to kill Phyllis with a pair of scissors. However, Phyllis turned the tables during the scuffle and stabbed him instead. Furthermore, she then wrapped his body in a shower curtain and tossed it into the river. In a gripping turn of events on The Young and the Restless, Daniel finds himself in a nightmare he never saw coming. As news of Heather's murder breaks in the press, panic grips his heart, especially knowing that he is now a prime suspect in the crime. Daniel's life, once filled with sorrow from losing the love of his life and the mother of his daughter Lucy, has spiraled into chaos. The betrayal and confusion weigh heavily on him as he grapples with the reality of being accused of something he didn't do. The air in his Genoa City apartment feels thick with tension as he paces, trying to comprehend how everything has unraveled so quickly. Once focused solely on mourning Heather, Daniel now realizes he has become the centerpiece of a sinister conspiracy aimed at ruining him. As he reflects on the last moments he shared with Heather, he can't shake the feeling that someone has meticulously planned to frame him for her murder. He remembers the chilling moments before the news broke, how life felt manageable, and now it's an unbearable burden of fear and anger. Just as he starts to contemplate the nature of the conspiracy, Daniel's phone buzzes on the counter, breaking his train of thought. It's Chance Chancellor, the detective leading the investigation into Heather's murder. Though Chance is known for his dedication to justice, Daniel feels an unsettling apprehension. He senses that Chance may be unwittingly playing into the hands of whoever is behind this devious plot. Earlier that day, Chance discovered traces of Heather's blood in her apartment, evidence that sends Daniel's heart racing with horror. This confirms that Heather did not just die, she was murdered in a violent struggle. As Chance speaks, Daniel can feel the tightening grip of despair around his heart. "You can't leave town under these circumstances," Chance declares, revealing that Daniel is now under strict surveillance and will be fitted with an ankle monitor. The thought of being treated like a common criminal ignites a fire within him. "This is ridiculous," he explodes, anger flooding his voice. "I didn't do this. Someone is framing me." Daniel's frustration is palpable as he feels the weight of the world crashing down upon him. Despite his insistence on his innocence, the evidence mounts against him, making him feel trapped with no escape route. Despite knowing he is innocent, Daniel is forced to confront the grim reality of being shackled to his own life. The ankle monitor symbolizes not just his legal predicament, but also the humiliation of being treated as guilty before proven innocent. The sheer injustice of it all fuels his determination to uncover the truth. Who'd want to see him destroyed? Could it be an old rival, or perhaps someone he once trusted? Meanwhile, back at the police station, Chance sifts through the investigation, troubled by the evidence against Daniel. He can't shake the feeling that something about this case doesn't add up. Daniel's anger and emotional outbursts might seem incriminating, but Chance sees something else in his eyes: real pain, real fear. It raises questions about the validity of the evidence that has been collected. Why would a guilty man cooperate so fully with the investigation? As Chance continues to unravel the complexities of the case, his mind drifts to Sharon. With her calm demeanor and cryptic behavior, she has been a significant part of this unfolding drama. Could she be hiding something? The possibility that she could be orchestrating this intricate scheme crosses Chance's mind, but he quickly dismisses it. However, he knows there's a deeper layer to this situation, and he's determined to peel back the facade. With Daniel caught in a whirlwind of despair and suspicion, and Lucy left to process the shocking news, the stage is set for a battle not just for justice, but for the very survival of Daniel's reputation. As the truth lurks in the shadows, the clock is ticking, and the tension in Genoa City reaches a boiling point, leaving everyone wondering who will emerge unscathed and who will fall victim to the dark machinations at play. The story continues to unfold, teasing viewers with twists and turns that will keep them on the edge of their seats. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Daisy regains custody of Lucy. What's next for Daniel and his ex-wife? In a shocking turn of events on The Young and the Restless, Daisy returns to reclaim custody of her daughter, Lucy, igniting a whirlwind of emotions and drama. Here's what fans can expect as the story unfolds. Key plot points. Daisy's comeback. After a turbulent past, Daisy has fought her way back into Lucy's life, successfully regaining custody. This move sends shockwaves through Genoa City, raising questions about her motives and intentions. Daniel's dilemma. Daniel is left grappling with Daisy's return. As he processes the news, fans are left wondering, does he still have feelings for his ex-wife? Despite their rocky history, the bond he shares with Lucy complicates his emotions and decisions. Conflict and tension. The custody battle reignites old tensions between Daisy and Daniel. Expect heated confrontations as they navigate their past grievances while trying to prioritize Lucy's well-being. Rekindling old flames? With Daisy back in the picture, there's speculation about whether Daniel might consider a reconciliation. As they face the challenges of co-parenting, will they find common ground, or will old wounds keep them apart? Impact on relationships. Daisy's return could also affect Daniel's current relationships. His friends and family may have strong opinions about her presence in their lives, leading to further complications and potential rifts. Lucy's well-being. Amid the chaos, the focus remains on Lucy. Daniel must navigate his desire to protect his daughter while dealing with Daisy's influence. Will he fight to keep Daisy away from Lucy, or will he support their relationship? What to watch for? Emotional confrontations. Expect intense exchanges between Daisy and Daniel as they confront their past and discuss their future as co-parents. Daniel's internal struggle. Watch as Daniel grapples with his feelings for Daisy while considering what's best for Lucy. His decisions will be pivotal in shaping the family dynamics. Potential new alliances. Daisy's presence may lead to unexpected alliances or rivalries, as characters react to the shifting landscape of relationships in Genoa City. As Daisy regains custody of Lucy, The Young and the Restless promises a gripping exploration of love, family, and the complexities of past relationships. Stay tuned for the drama that's sure to unfold. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Chance finds Sharon'S shocking evidence. In the upcoming episode of The Young and the Restless, expect a dramatic turn of events as Chance Chancellor uncovers startling evidence that could change everything for Sharon Newman. Here's what's set to unfold. Key plot points. Chance's discovery. While investigating the circumstances surrounding Heather's attack, Chance stumbles upon a video on Sharon's phone that captures the shocking moment of the incident. This discovery raises serious questions about Sharon's intentions and the events leading up to the confrontation. Sharon's dilemma. Faced with the potential fallout from the video, Sharon finds herself in a precarious position. She must navigate the legal implications while dealing with the emotional aftermath of the attack. Will she come clean, or will she attempt to hide the truth? Heather's condition. As Heather's recovery progresses, the tension builds around her return to Genoa City. How will she react when she learns about the video, and what consequences will it have for Sharon? Family dynamics. Nick and other family members become increasingly involved as they rally around Sharon. Expect intense discussions and confrontations as they grapple with the implications of the video and its impact on their relationships. Chance's integrity. As a law enforcement officer, Chance is torn between his duty to investigate and his personal feelings for Sharon. This conflict may lead him to make difficult choices regarding his career and relationships. What to watch for? Emotional confrontations. The fallout from the video will likely lead to intense confrontations between Sharon, Chance, and Heather, creating high-stakes drama. Legal ramifications. The discovery of the video may have significant legal implications, leading to potential charges against Sharon and impacting her relationships with others in Genoa City. Character development. Watch for growth and change in Chance's character as he navigates his conflicting emotions and responsibilities. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Wednesday, October 16, reveal that Daniel Romoladiger will assure Chance Chancellor that he has no idea how the new evidence ended up in his apartment. Daniel will deny putting Heather Stevens' phone and that bloody towel in the cabinet, but Chance will presumably have to take him down to the station anyway. Whether Chance formally arrests Daniel now or not, he can't just ignore incriminating proof. Daniel knows he's innocent, so he may ultimately realize the only logical explanation is that he's being framed. Since Daniel knows Sharon Newman was at the apartment the last night Heather was alive, he may eventually start blaming her. Next, Y&R spoilers say Audra Charles will have a meeting with Jack Abbott, so she'll confirm Victor Newman is behind Glissade and has been manipulating Kyle Abbott this whole time. Audra will have a proposal for Jack to consider, so they'll end up doing some scheming together. Although Jack and Audra are poised to become allies, Diane Jenkins Abbott may think it's a huge mistake and lash out at her husband soon enough. Over with Victor, he'll make a pitch to Adam Newman as well. Victor will have news on another takedown strategy involving Billy Abbott, so he'll push Adam to help him carry it out. Adam was reluctant to hurt Billy back when he was still a couple with Chelsea Lawson, but a lot has changed since then. Now that Billy has turned his back on Chelsea, Adam may get on board with Victor's latest plan a little more easily. Of course, Adam's priority will remain Connor Newman and his recovery, but he can surely find time to play a role in Billy's destruction. As a bonus, Adam can perhaps score some loyalty points with Victor and strengthen their bond. Our Y&R predictions hint that Billy has some surprising threats in his future, so he could be headed for a downfall if he's not careful. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Victor will give Adam updates on a new plan he's cooked up, so stay tuned. CDL's where you want to be for Scorching Young and the Restless spoilers, predictions, updates, and news, so make us your top source. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Sharon Newman has a missing window of time, that she just cannot recall the night Heather Stevens died. Cameron Kirsten is telling Sharon that she killed Heather, but that doesn't seem to ring true. Will hypnosis reveal what really happened that night? The Young and the Restless spoilers, Sharon Newman blacked out the night Heather Stevens died. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that there must be some logical reason for Sharon to have blacked out after she encountered Heather at Daniel Romoladi's apartment that night. Heather was certainly not Sharon's target, and she had no reason to kill her. So what really happened? Sharon is going to great lengths to cover her tracks, but in all honesty, she seems to be covering the real killer's tracks as well, and framing Daniel in the process. Perhaps someone else arrived while Sharon was there, and she was so terrified that she blocked the incident out. Could Sharon have even been hidden in the apartment and seen Heather's murder? I&R spoilers. Tracy Abbott may have the answer. Tracy Abbott recently introduced Sharon to her boyfriend Alan Laurent. Alan was a great deal of help to Ashley Abbott after her breakup with Tucker McCall. Hypnosis played a huge part in Ashley's recovery as well. Ellen could certainly hypnotize Sharon to help her get to the bottom of things. Sharon could be facing prison time if Daniel is cleared of all charges. Chance Chancellor already suspects something is up with Sharon. If Sharon is arrested, She will obviously need a mental evaluation since she does so much talking to Cameron. After all, Cameron has been dead for months. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Could Chance be onto something? Chance certainly made a valid point when he asked how someone could get into Heather's phone. Sharon would have no way of knowing the passcode, and even if the phone was unlocked the first time, she would have never gotten back into it. So who would be the obvious suspect here who could potentially know the passcode? Could Heather's ex from Portugal have come looking for her? Perhaps he didn't want her to leave him, and he wanted her back now. Would he have intentionally killed Heather? Perhaps it was an accident. Could the ex have decided that if he couldn't have her, no one could, and killed Heather out of pure jealousy? Will Sharon remember the truth and solve this case? Meanwhile, someone is in serious trouble, and Y&R celebrates a legacy character. Check out the newest weekly spoilers for the CBS soap opera. Young and the Restless weekly spoilers. Jill Abbott blindsides Billy Abbott. This week, Young and the Restless spoilers show Billy Abbott in for a shock. His mother, Jill Abbott, makes a demand of him after a call from Lily Winters. Recently, Lily filled Jill in on everything that has been going on at her company, Abbott Chancellor. She tells Jill that Billy Abbott fired her and hired Phyllis Summers. She can't believe how out of control her son is and vows to stop him. Coming up, she slaps him with an ultimatum. Meanwhile, Victor Newman gets Adam Newman on board with his scheme against Billy. Of course, it's no surprise that Adam is ready to go after Billy. They can't stand each other, mostly because of Chelsea Lawson, and they recently came to blows on Young and the Restless. So, with so many people against him, Billy could very well lose everything. And the only person he may have left standing in his corner is Sally Spectra. My and our weekly spoilers. Daniel in a world of trouble. While Jill Abbott and Lily Winters deal with Billy Abbott, things go from bad to worse for Daniel Romalotti. This week, Detective Chance Chancellor finds incriminating evidence against Daniel. Indeed, it's the bloody rags Sharon Newman planted in his apartment. However, no one knows that on Young and the Restless, and Daniel looks guilty. Soon, he finds himself in a bad situation, and Chance may have no choice but to arrest him. Meanwhile, Sharon's behavior confuses Nick Newman. The Young and the Restless spoilers update for Tuesday, October 15, reveals that Jill Abbott will put her foot down with Billy Abbott. We'll see a very fed-up Jill rip into Billy for his behavior, so she's about to become his worst nightmare. When Jill handed over power to Billy, she expected him to show some maturity and be responsible for once. Jill has been concentrating on her health in recent months, so she was counting on Billy to handle things for her and keep Abbott Chancellor going strong. Of course, Lily Winters' video call will leave Jill feeling like her confidence in Billy was misplaced. Billy fired Lily, let Chance Chancellor quit, hired Phyllis Summers, and isn't doing enough to stop Victor Newman, so Jill will run down her growing list of concerns. Naturally, Billy will rush to his own defense and point out that Lily isn't some innocent victim. Lily was given the boot because she was plotting to push Billy out, so he'll probably make that clear to Jill. However, Jill may argue that Lily is the only one thinking about the company's future and not her own ego. In the end, Jill will deliver a stern ultimatum, so Billy may have to rehire Lily or risk getting fired himself. Jill may contend that Billy can either run Abbott Chancellor alongside Lily or find another job. It's even possible that Jill will demote Billy so that he's working under Lily again, which he certainly wouldn't like. Regardless, Phyllis will keep her eyes and ears open at the office, so she may pick up on the news that Jill and Billy are at odds. We'll see Phyllis take charge somehow on Tuesday's I&R episode, so maybe she'll come through for Billy when it counts and try to help him gain the upper hand. Next, it appears Sharon will surprise Nick with a picnic and leave him weirded out. Between the amazing lunch and the bottle of bubbly Sharon has on hand, Nick may wonder why this is such a special occasion. Sharon might act like it's no big deal and suggest she just wants to spend more time together. Since Nick and Sharon had such a lovely evening at the athletic club, Sharon may think they should take advantage of this beautiful day and share another meal in the park. Nick will struggle to understand what's going on in Sharon's head, since all of this will seem awfully romantic. There will be some strange vibes that Nick can't quite read, so our predictions point to him asking if Sharon is okay. Sharon will want Nick to believe she's fine, but Y and R fans know she's keeping major secrets about Heather Stevens' demise and Daniel Romalotti Jr.'s setup. The Young and the Restless spoilers say the walls will close in on Sharon down the road, so we'll bring you updates on all the turmoil to come.